quorum to this meeting, to this VIVA-VOCE. Sorry. I was informed that he has distributed slides of his presentation. Was it distributed to external as well, examiners as well? Secretariat? Dah.
Dah dapat.
Dah dapat.
Okay. Ya.
I distributed the presentation, but today this is a final presentation.
Oh, you have revised.
Yeah, we have revised because the presentation is too long, so we have adjusted the presentation to be exactly in 20 to 25 minutes.
Okay. Oh, you're brief 20 to 25 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
So if you're brief, I'm going to put you on the clock. Tak start lagi. I'm going to put you on the clock. You cakap 20-25 minit. Anytime you extend beyond that, you have to pay me more lah tau.
InsyaAllah, can.
Examiner as well.
Yeah.
And so again, please welcome Haji Anas. And whenever you are ready, let us know. And kalau ikut hati saya, I don't know about the other penilai. I give them if they are in ambiguity ataupun tak faham ataupun tak jelas, saya selalunya bagi kasih izin. Waktu tu saya akan stop the clock macam di parlimen lah. So to regain your 25 minutes or your 20-25 minutes of presentation. So begitulah ya. So can we go along with that, kawan-kawan, rakan-rakan examiner semua? Ya.
Boleh.
So as usual, I am asking you to play the role of supervisor. You take down notes. I know you care so much for Haji Anas, so he's now on the clock, and he's you're trying to make him as relaxing as possible, but we need to take notes. Take good notes as well when nanti sebagian. Boleh? That's your role.
Yeah.
So dengan lafaz Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, silakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Check audio dulu. Check audio.
Check. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Amin, can you hear? Dr. Amin, can you hear loud and clear?
Yes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.
Prof. Rusniah, can you hear loud and clear? Alhamdulillah. Izah. Okay, silakan. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Ya. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Yang berbahagia, pengerusi, Profesor Dr. Juzha.
Saya. Stopwatch.
Kenapa? Buka yang ya, okey. Boleh ya?
Okay, your clock starts.
Ya. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Juzha.
Ya.
Terima kasih. Ya. Yang berbahagia Dr. Haji Muhammad Amin Osman. Yang berbahagia Profesor Husniah. Ya. Yang berbahagia Dr. Izdiha. Dan yang berusaha Dekan Prof. Amin, ya, dan sekalung terima kasih kepada supervisor saya, ya, Dr. Faizul, yang sentiasa memberikan sokongan dan bantuan. Dan I would like to mention here thank you to my wife yang ada di bilik sebelah menunggu, sahabat saya Encik Razman, Dr. Umar. Terima kasih. Thank you very much. Can I present it in English? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay. My topic is the Wakaf model for electricity resources, the accounting perspective. Okay. The purpose of this study is to explore and develop a perpetual accounting reporting model for perpetual like resource-based mawkuf, for example, hydro, solar, or wind. Yeah. Technician, Prof. Sorry. can we change to the other type of slide, because I think the picture, the photo of us, the Zoom application is quite yeah, no, not straightforward. Dia ganggu sikit. Yeah, dia tak boleh dapat penuh. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Razman. Razman has solved my problem. He always solve my problem. Thank you very much. The problem statement are the issues of conventional accounting reporting where no element of wakaf assets and transferable wakaf assets istibdal, yeah, specifically reported in the financial statement. The research methodology used is qualitative. Why qualitative? Because we want to explore responses on perpetual wakaf accounting reports, validation of model and outcome, since there is no standard accounting reporting of perpetual resource-based mawkuf. The theoretical basis for perpetual wakaf accounting reporting model are based on literature studies during the time of Prophet Muhammad SAW, Khalifah Ar-Rashidin, Uthmaniyah Empire, pre and post colonialism, and current practices of wakaf reporting in Muslim world. So this my topic, introduction. We have a literature review and problem statement, theoretical framework, research methodology, result and analysis, discussion and conclusion. Okay, the first introduction, I will start with wakaf is regarded as a pious endowment and is connected firmly to the religious precept of charity. It involves a dedication of property in perpetuity, either for charitable purposes with no restriction as to the use of the property endowed, and the beneficiaries who shall enjoy the benefits therein, or for specific purposes or specific beneficiaries. The evolution of wakaf went through a considerable growth, stagnation, and even downturns. Similarly, wakaf in Malaysia has evolved with time, and increasing expectations surrounding its management have been appointed State Islamic Religious Council. We have appointed State Islamic Religious Council as a sole trustees of wakaf asset in Malaysia. The conventional accounting system has some limitation to record some of the transactions, since the concept is beyond from the existing conventional system, and the management of wakaf organization demands an accounting transaction that comply with the Sharia principles. Perpetual or sustainable wakaf resources should be considered as a potential revenue generation for SIRCs in the future. Electricity generation as perpetual wakaf resources should be grasped by SIRC for their revenue-based activities. The emergence of electricity as perpetual wakaf resources will force a change in the operation and management of SIRCs. In Malaysia, the main component for perpetual income derived from the electricity and water. Tenaga Nasional Berhad monopolize the electricity industry, which the electricity are produced through its own hydro and private power plant. The rationale of sustainable electricity as a potential source of perpetual resource-based wakaf is because it is the continuously demanded and highly controllable economy sector. This sector can remain perpetual because the global community is undergoing transition from depleting fossil fuel to almost perpetual and renewable energy resource-based electricity supply. So the research question will be, first, what are the characteristics of perpetual wakaf resource from sustainable electricity generation? How are these characteristics viewed from the perspectives of the perpetual wakaf resources accounting theory of reporting? The third one is, what is the perpetual accounting theoretical approach appropriate for wakaf accounting in the sustainable electricity power generation sector? Number four, what is the form of perpetual accounting theoretical model for reporting to the management? And the significance of study, majority of Muslim scholars discuss mainly on the conceptual and management of wakaf institution, rather than focusing on wakaf accounting reporting system. As such, there are little reporting of literature related to wakaf accounting model and system. The research is intended to narrow the problem gaps between sustainable and near perpetual resources, wakaf income flows. Firstly, sustainable and epistemological perpetual wakaf resource income flow. Second, the practice of statute and philosophical realism of perpetual wakaf accounting theory of reporting and disclosure. And the main contribution to the body of knowledge, this thesis is in the context of an evolving theory of wakaf accounting reporting of Malaysia power generation industry, with resource-based wakaf resulting in original contribution as follows. First, a new perpetual resource-based wakaf accounting model. Second, an innovative electricity-based wakaf accounting in perpetuity. Thirdly, narrowing the conceptual gap between current accounting practice and perpetual accounting. And we have this contribution to the study and contribution to the policy making. Government wakaf authority to endorse the monitor the effectiveness and efficiency of the wakaf management system through appropriate theoretical approach of wakaf accounting reporting. And to the practitioners, this study introduced a new standard and regulation based on the theory of perpetual wakaf accounting management for recording transaction and reporting. Thus, the practitioners will be able to prepare a useful and valuable information for any decision making on perpetual wakaf information. Valuable information for any decision making of perpetual wakaf resources. This practice will enhance the accountability and transparency of wakaf institution, not only in Malaysia but also in the world. The objective of the study is to determine the unique characteristic of perpetual wakaf resources from sustainable electricity generation and their translation in perpetual wakaf accounting theory for reporting, to determine the appropriateness of a perpetual wakaf accounting theoretical approach in the sustainable electricity sector. Thirdly, to explore a perpetual wakaf accounting model for various purposes of reporting into the management. Then we go to the literature review. So the definition of wakaf by CAF 2007 defines wakaf as holding certain property and preserving it for the confined benefit of philanthropy and prohibiting any use of its disposition outside the specific objective. The study by University of Turkey, led by Professor Turaman and Badri, stated there were evidence that accounting, transaction, and reporting were done for the management of wakaf during Ottoman Empire, but it was a simple accounting method. They call it merdiban. Yeah, merdiban is it's like a procedure for cash endowment or cash wakaf instead of specialized accounting. Marsouf stated that accounting for wakaf is a truly important mechanism to improve the accountability and transparency of wakaf institution. His study in Sri Lanka found out that most of the wakaf institutions that not comply standard accounting procedure, facing a lot of problem in their management and operation. Abdul Rahim discovered that there was no detailed information about wakaf asset. In addition, he also found out that there was no theoretical approach on appropriate accounting system to record wakaf asset, and as well as the financial transaction. However, the study lacks theoretical approach because there was too much focus on standard policy and federal authority to coordinate all wakaf in Malaysia. According to Malia Sulaiman, Muhammad Akhyar Adnan, and Putri Norswat, there are two important aspects to be considered in examining wakaf institution. The first is disclosure practices, and the second is assessing performance, which can be considered in developing the theoretical model of wakaf accounting reporting. And Ehsan and Shahul recommended wakaf institution to adopt the statement of recommended accounting practice issued by Charity Commission, which can also be considered in the new theoretical paradigm. Electricity sector is the best example for the new emergence of the perpetual wakaf accounting, since the sector has an excellent accounting reporting system, and perpetual resource-based wakaf is sustainable generation for electricity in line with the definition of sustainable development. while the energy resources maintain the following criteria, which is Malaysia is rich in renewable resources such as biomass, solar, wind, and hydropower. The concept of perpetual resource-based wakaf also hinges on istibdal. It is the replacement of natural resource-based wakaf due to rising costs and depleting revenue from resources. The concept can be applied by the wakaf institution for the continuous development of the wakaf asset as a whole. The theory of we continue to the theoretical model. The theory of perpetual wakaf accounting reporting should include all element of assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expenses in the balance sheet, while income and expenses will be stated in the statement of financial activities, that is income statement or profit and loss statement. In the theory, equities maintained as a legal and economic claims to the asset, while mutawali will be acted as only the guardian to the institution and business operation, but they do not have the right of claim like the owners or shareholders in the business enterprises. In the theoretical model, istibdal is exemplified by the aging hydro plant nearing the end of economic life to be replaced by a new economic resource of solar plant because of the rising cost of environment and depleting hydro resource. In this case, the institution need to raise up capital for the new solar plant from internal fund, where the transaction is proposed to be treated as capital investment. This the proposed wakaf accounting model, where you have everything in the financial statement. You have non-perpetual income. You have the perpetual income. You have to you have to detail up all these cash wakaf, stock, shares, and everything. Yeah, and expenses like normal transaction, but we have two kind of transaction, that is distribution of wakaf. One is distribution of wakaf, and one is istibdal capital, whereby you can use this internal fund as a capital investment. So for the research methodology, this research follow qualitative method that is built on two stages of data collection. The first stage data involves semi-structured interview with senior and operational officers of Majlis Agama Islam Perak, Majlis Agama Islam Pulau Pinang, Majlis Agama Islam Melaka, Majlis Agama Islam Pulau Pinang, Perbadanan Wakaf Selangor, Wakaf An-Nur Corporation Berhad, and public accounting firm to gather information on the wakaf management and accounting system in their organization as well as other institutions. The second stage involved a series of semi-structured interviews with senior officers of Tenaga Nasional Berhad to gather information on the electricity generation and distribution and the perpetual wakaf operation and accounting system. The two stages design of data collection was intended to enhance the validity of the overall analysis and build up a rounded and credible overall picture of the topic study. In total, 22 interviewers were interviewed. The interviewees were selected based on their position, department, knowledge, and specialization area. Every interviews were given a preset question as a guideline earlier, so they are able to prepare for an extensive information on the overall management and operation of the institution, including the wakaf management, financial operation, and relevant specialized area. This semi-structured question for Majlis Agama Islam Perak, Majlis Agama Islam, SIRCs, I can say, Wakaf An-Nur, Perbadanan Wakaf Selangor, all SIRC and related institution. And these are semi-structured interview question for Tenaga Nasional Berhad, where we concentrate more on the perpetual wakaf resources and the financial accounting system. And semi-structured interview academician from University Tenaga Nasional, electricity as a sustainable or future resource. Semi-structured interview academician from University Sultan Azan Shah for istibdal concept, and semi-structured interview academician for public accounting firm, accounting procedure for Wakaf institution and potential of perpetual accounting system in Wakaf institution. This methodology attempted to explore the viability of perpetual accounting model for the perpetual Wakaf resource in the Wakaf institution. Firstly, through the question that relate to the perpetual Wakaf resources from electricity generation and Wakaf accounting model. Secondly, question will focus on the implementation of the perpetual accounting system and electricity sector. Thirdly, question focus on the appropriateness of the current operation and accounting system practice of SIRCs and Tenaga Nasional. Fourthly, the question focus on the knowledge, perception, and ideas on the implementation of electricity as a source for the perpetual Wakaf resource. For the result analysis, overall, the results of the interview survey indicate one uniqueness, uniqueness of perpetual Wakaf resource from electricity generation. Second, appropriate perpetual Wakaf accounting theory of reporting to be translated into electricity sector. Thirdly, usefulness of the developed perpetual Wakaf accounting theoretical model for various purposes of reporting to the management. The interviews provided the basis for developing and enhancing the potential of electricity as perpetual Wakaf resources. It is found out that the institution manage the Wakaf fund and fixed asset professionally and competency. In addition, there is a need to improve and enhance the financial reporting management of the institution in order to increase transparency and accountability of Wakaf. For the discussion and the conclusion, in summary, the result of the interview seemed to fulfill the primary objective of the study on the concept, the perpetual Wakaf accounting system, and the implementation of the istibdal in developing electricity as sustainable Wakaf resources for the Wakaf institution. In relation to the accounting reporting, the study also found that the complexity of institution operation and organization is the main contributor to the varied implementation in management of zakat, wakaf, and other Islamic collectible resources in SIRCs. Numerous states' law enactment and the absence of standardization in Islamic policy make the application of wakaf property management different in each state. The conventional accounting reporting for wakaf only reflected a total lump sum of wakaf. This appear in the financial statement and notes to the account explain wakaf in a very brief description. So this is the example listing of wakaf in Majlis Agama Islam financial statement 2016, source from Majlis Agama Islam, and report. If you can see, zakat is wakaf, only wakaf. They put the total lump sum, whereby the study also discovered that wakaf being accepted and revenue generated should be put in consolidated fund called Wakaf Money Group, kumpulan wang wakaf. And in kumpulan wang wakaf, the accounting transaction should show the separation in the transaction of general wakaf, we call it wakaf khairi, and specific wakaf or wakaf khas. Electricity as perpetual wakaf resources, Tenaga Nasional Berhad begin to realize importance of perpetual wakaf resources and supported the idea that Tenaga Nasional Berhad could play as an important role to develop and enhance the concept. Hydropower plant that produce power by harnessing the near perpetual resources of water provide this perpetual concept of wakaf. The study contributes toward a better understanding on the potential perpetual wakaf accounting system for wakaf management in Malaysia. The study provides useful insight for SIRCs and other wakaf institutions to chart the future direction of the highly sustainable wakaf resources and wakaf accounting model for the wakaf management in Malaysia. Therefore, the objective and the study have been defined and achieved. The theory of perpetual wakaf resources could be enhanced, not limited to wakaf institution only. The resources could be used to fund other public institutions such as education institution, hospital, and others. Water could emerge as an alternative perpetual wakaf resources to finance those institutions which are very limited to public allocation and private debts. this kind of institution is over independent on public funds, cash endowment, and corporate contribution, which are non-perpetual and does not concern for the future generation. The outcome of study could be extended to Wakaf accounting reporting in other Muslim countries, particularly the Asian countries such as Singapore and Indonesia that have accumulated considerable Wakaf asset and funds, and more importantly, share a similar background on the development of Islam and Islamic institution. It is a suggestion for future research. The perception and experience of other entities such as corporation, foundation, association, education institution, and private individual practice in the management of Wakaf, and future research should attempt to obtain the alternative perpetual Wakaf resource such as output from harnessing water. Then that's all. Thank you very much. Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much.
So you went over the clock by 5 minutes, so we're not going to penalize you for that.
Yeah. Belanja you afterward.
Anyhow, you right on time, 20-25 minutes. So we shall, I guess, as we have agreed during from our discussion earlier, this is the beginning of your Q&A. Can you